What's up, automotive repair pandas? Peter von Panda here. I want to show you something I just ordered. These two pieces come together. This is from Yoohe. It's a paintless dent removal kit. So as I unbag it here and unbox it, I want to tell you that my car, if you've been following my Fiat reviews, I have dings on it. And I actually got a really big ding this past year that I just didn't do anything on. And that's okay. That's okay. I just didn't feel the need to because, you know, it's a commuter car and it is what it is. But you know, when I wanted to check and see if I could get the ding repaired by a paintless dent repair person, and on my GMC Terrain I also have some, that it was just really expensive. I know they do great work. I've had paintless dent repair professionally done before, but you know, between the dings on my Fiat and the dings on my Terrain, you know, which are probably 7 total, you know, it was going to be like $1,000. It was going to be like $500 a car. And even then, you know, that was an estimate based on what they saw. So I was like, I'm not going to get it done. But when I found out people are doing this at home with kits like this, I thought, why not give it a shot? Because I don't really care if it's only marginally better than what it is. I wasn't going to get it repaired anyway at that price point. So first of all, I want to point out two things here. This is kind of the standard paintless dent repair kit, but this box is extra glue sticks by the same brand. I wanted to get some just in case. I didn't know how many glue sticks they included. So here is kind of pictures of the kits, different things. This is not this particular one, but how it works is basically you get these little tabs, you put hot glue on them, you put them in the dent, and then you either pull them with a puller, which I have also ordered, but I don't have it yet, or you pull them with these screw pullers, or you pull them with these hand squeeze pullers. Now I got the hand squeeze model here. So let's just take a look at what we have. We've got glue sticks, black and gold. I don't know what the difference is, so I'm gonna have to read the instructions. I'm sure there's some maybe adhesion differences. So we get those, and we have, it looks like 4, 8, 10 of them. So 10 there, and then I did get an extra box. Now, I will say that these glue sticks are much longer than the hot glue sticks I used as a kid. They were like shorter and thicker, so I'm sure this is kind of unique for working with automotive paint. Then we have a couple of pry pieces here. One flat-edged, and then one with some serrations. And this is for, I believe, for kind of working the glue spot off after you get it on the car. So you also want to use isopropyl alcohol. That is like a release agent. I like the fancy terms for it, for getting the glue off the paint without screwing up the paint. Let's talk about these little plastic tabs here. So these are the money parts. And you get them in a variety of different shapes and sizes because depending on the ding or the dent, you know, you might want to pull on different areas, right? You don't want to just pull willy-nilly. If you have kind of a wider dent, you probably want to use this. If you have a really small one, you want to use this. From the videos that I've seen, if you have like a big ding, and I do have a pretty big ding on one of them, you kind of want to use the biggest one first and then keep working it down and keep minimizing the repair work. And then in some cases, which I've ordered too, is a little hammer and like a dolly to kind of pound it back in. I'm not really that anal about it. I'm just trying to make some of my big dings more minimal. And then we have here some other plastic tabs, and man, we've got a lot of different types. The purple ones here are varied in a lot of ways. I will tell you though, and probably the most important thing, is that they have this little like plunger cap on it, and that is because when you take your tool, and here is the tool, pad came off. So we have some silicone pads that go onto these, looks like aluminum feet or alloy feet, and this is what prevents the thing from scratching your paintwork. So I'll put these back on. And then the little tab ends up slipping inside the slot right here, so you can actually adjust it. Okay, so maybe this doesn't really move that much. So you can see it's notched, so it goes in there and then locks in place. And now when I squeeze these handles, you can see it pulls up and would pull on these little tabs that are glued into your ding. Now, and then you can kind of do some micro adjustment with this bad boy, you know, to kind of take up that tension first before you pull on it. Now I will say, you don't want to just kind of squeeze the thing and pop it out. It looks like guys kind of work it a little bit to pull up the metal as much as they need to, and then release it, and then pop off the tab. Because if you pull it all the way out, you could actually have a reverse dent and kind of create a blister or a bubble. I will say this thing is pretty. This thing is like the business, man. It's kind of amazing that something this inexpensive is kind of made of this high quality material. It seems like it's all aluminum. This big block seems like aluminum. It looks like anodized. You know, all these pieces seem like aluminum tubes. You know, so it's not high tech by any means, but it's just a fairly nice piece of, I don't know, water jetted or CNC'd equipment. And these could probably be on a little bit better, these little silicone feet, but I like that they're potentially replaceable. And then obviously if you have a big ding, you would start with this bad boy. So, and then we also have the glue gun itself, which is pretty cool. And, you know, like I said, for 35 bucks, I think with the whole price of the kit, you get the glue gun, you get glue, you get the puller, you get the tabs, you get the scrapers, the whole 9 yards. So here's how it works. Say I have a ding, I find the right tab, I put a glue stick back here, plug the bad boy in, apply glue, put it in the ding, use the puller, attach it, and work that ding out. Now that you've seen it in detail, let's go out and try it on a car. So out here with my Fiat 500, and I want to show you my ding here where my buddy Benny actually opened up his door into my door, and you can see it there, and actually the paint is a little scratched as well, and you can kind of see it as I move around here. Pretty big ding, I mean, and it's not perfectly circular, it's a little flat where the edge of the door kind of banged into it a couple of times. Now, I will say, I never intended to get this repaired just because of the cost of it, and this is my commuter car, although I love it. And so all I'm hoping to do is maybe improve it a little bit. The only thing I'd rather not do is make it any worse, but I'm not looking for this to be a perfect repair. So if you're looking for a perfect repair, you might want to get a professional, or you might want to take a lot of time, but we're just going to kind of do what I can on it. And I'm hoping, you know, particularly where the paint is a little scuffed, that it hasn't weakened the paint at all, and that it's not gonna pull any paint off the door. But let's get some glue heated up and start trying it. Alright guys, and because this is a pretty flat panel, I can use this type of puller because it's going to distribute the weight around it. But if this were a rounded panel or something with a lot more curve, then you'd want to use a dent puller. So I picked this littler cap, and got the glue gun heating up here, so I'm going to apply the glue. Kind of bugging. Come on, by the power of Mandy Moore, help me. I'm going to put that on there. You hold it just for a few seconds. It's a pretty cool day today, so don't think it's going to have to wait that long. Just kind of put it on there, and then you wait about 30 seconds. Alright, so I've let it dry for a little while. Let me see if I can put this sucker on here. And now I'll just start pulling a little bit here. Okay, popped off on its own. Pretty dramatic improvement, actually. I know it's going to be a little hard for you to see, and I will kind of show you when I'm done, but I'm pretty impressed with that. In fact, right in the center here is just a little Lowe's spot, so I'm going to go ahead and switch to the smallest little popper, glue that one on, and maybe give it one more little pop. Alright, gave that a chance to cool here, and give it a little pull. Came off right away. Didn't put much glue on that one though. Well, it's decently improved. I'm pretty impressed with that. And I will say I can still feel just a little bit of a crease in there, and so I might just do a little bit of a wider piece here, right down the center, where I've got this flat edge, kind of this flat break, and just try to maybe massage just a smidge more out of it. Time for another pull. you know, I think the bad thing about doing this is now I kind of want it perfect. I'm starting to get a little greedy. So this is significantly improved over what it was when I first started. But I think I'm going to put just kind of a bigger one right here. See if I can just kind of get this a little bit more flat. Why not, right? And I think maybe the last pull on this door. I'm not going to pop that one off because as I was kind of bouncing it, and because I had a long bead of glue, I'm just going to see if I can kind of pry it off because I was kind of bouncing it out. I almost kind of want to think maybe do it a few more times, but hoping maybe that kind of moved the metal into place. Well guys, I'll be a monkey's uncle. That was a pretty dramatic improvement for a home repair. Now I can still see just a little bit of waviness. And I haven't tried to clean it up. I still have a little bit of glue residue, but you can kind of see it there as I move back and forth. Just a little bit, but it'd be almost impossible, I think, to get the remainder of it out with the tools I've got. You'd have to use like a hammer and dolly or something to kind of level it out. But man, I still haven't even polished it or removed a little bit, you know, the remainder of the glue residue there. It's still just a tiny, tiny wrinkle, but certainly much better than the 1.5 or 2 inch dent that you could feel, I could run my hands on and feel. So, I mean, cheap repair. Like I said, this kit was only $30+, and so certainly a lot cheaper than having a pro come out. Pretty impressed with it. Everything you see here was included. So, man, do it at home. Peter Von Panda out.